Hello Aquarians, this is your 2019 Love Tarot and Oracle reading for all 12 months for singles and couples. Happy New Year. I am dying to see what's happening energetically month to month for all of you. So let's not waste any more time. What we're going to do is we're going to have a card or one tarot card and one oracle card for each month. Should more than one card jump, because you know I like to use jumpers, many of you know that. If more than one card jumps, then we will have it go to the subsequent month. For example, if 3 cards jump, then we will have January, February, March. And then if the next jumper comes, that would be April, and so forth and so on. And then we'll have a card draw from this lovely little deck to conclude the reading. So we'll set this deck aside, and for a moment we're going to set this deck aside and lay out the tarot for all 12 months. So Spirit, for our coupled and single Aquarians for 2019, what are the energies in the area of love, singles and coupled Aquarians in January 2019? Okay, we got 2 of Cups for January. What about February? 5 of Cups. Okay. March. April. We're looking for May for our couple and single Aquarians and love. Oops. Too many jumps. So let's do that again. That's me being clumsy. Okay, and then we have for June. What do we have for June? In the area of love for Aquarians, what advice do you have here? We have 8 of Wands. What about, oh, thank you. We have Queen of Pentacles. And for August, for Aquarians, what's happening and what advice do you have? 3 of Wands. What's happening for September? I don't know why I'm having clumsy moments. What about October? November, December. So we got 2 of Pentacles for November and December, 4 of Swords. Okay. Now I would like to know some more details about these cards. Spirit, for January in love for Aquarians, can you give us more insight and advice for the 2 of Cups in January for Aquarians? True love. Sweet. I'm playing around to see which format saves me the most space. Please give me insight, or give us insight, for the 5 of Cups for February for coupled and single Aquarians. What advice, or what is this pertaining to? Forgiving and learning. Okay. All right. What about the 4 of Cups? Can you give us? Oh, thank you. Let go of control issues. Interesting. All right. I'm curious to know what the 7 of Swords is about. What's the 7 of Swords have to say here for Aquarians coupled and single in April? Okay, healing family issues. I'm gonna fix that. Calling in your soulmate jumped, so I'll have that go for May. And let's see what June is about with the Eight of Swords. Please give us additional guidance and insight, Spirit, for separation. Alright. What about the Eight of Pentacles? What is the Eight of Pentacles trying to tell us? Or excuse me, not the Eight of Pentacles. My apologies. The Queen of Pentacles. I don't know where I got Eight of Pentacles. It's the Queen of Pentacles. What is that saying? Oh, 2 cards jumped. Worth waiting for. Past life relationship. I'll definitely look into that card. What about the Queen of Cups for September? That's too many cards. Queen of Cups, September, coupled and single. Thank you. Very soon. Now here we have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles for October in love for Aquarians, coupled and single. What is this about? What advice do you have? Too many. Wedding. Please give us additional insight about the the Two of Pentacles for Aquarians. Chemistry. And then finally the Four of Swords for December 2019 in love for Aquarians, coupled and single. Please give us advice or further insight about this card. Playfulness. And then finally we have Queen of the Moon. All right. Spirit, please give us the final message for Aquarians for the year to focus on in terms of their love. Oh, I'm just being clumsy tonight. That's what it is. Trust. Beautiful. Just put a little trust right there. And now we're going to get to reading the cards. So in January, this is encouraging for our coupled and singles. We have the Two of Cups with the True Love card. And by the way, for some of the Romance Angels Oracle, I may be called to take a look at the guidebook, although the last reading I didn't look at all. And so I'm just saying I may or may not, depending on where my intuition tells me to go. So Two of Cups here in True Love, it says this is the romance of a lifetime. So for those who are in a relationship, a committed relationship, you are really feeling in sync with your partner, feeling really like there's this synergetic energy going on, and you're feeling like you do have indeed a true love connection. And throughout the month, you really feel like you both are working together to attract and accomplish your goals. And so it's a beautiful month for love for our coupled up Aquarians. For our single Aquarians, this is also showing not only the potential of meeting someone new in January, and someone who has potential for a true love connection. This also is saying for our single Aquarians, a true love with yourself. Like you finally just feel really good at home in your own skin and by yourself. And so this true love connection that's being spoken of here for some single Aquarians is you enjoying yourself, you enjoying your hobbies, your interests, your career, your friends, your life, your dating, everything. And you're truly in love with the life you've created. So in January, it's a beautiful, bountiful moment for Aquarians in love. In February, we have forgiving and learning. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. But sometimes we just can't seem to forgive. Sometimes it's difficult to forgive. So, for some of us, we may have a difficult time forgiving our partners from, just something as little as them not putting down the toilet seat to as something as grandiose as them not handling certain affairs or handling their health or what have you. You have a hard time forgiving. Never mind the fact if you're in a relationship with someone who may have mishandled money or cheated or had an addiction. You really are dealing with a challenge of forgiving and learning. The reason I say that is because here we have the 5 of Cups here, and it shows a person sitting here looking down, not happy, disappointed, only able to really focus on what's failed in the relationship, but not really looking at what is left remaining. And so this card is also an invitation for you Aquarians to forgive and learn, whether you're singled or you're coupled up. It's an investment in your future. It's an investment in your future relationships. It's important. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. You can't really appreciate what's there until you release and let go of it's been spilled, what has gone, and forgiving and letting it go. Your job in February is to work on your forgiveness muscles again. Many Aquarians pride themselves on being able to forgive, but really deep down inside, they're cataloging times when transgressions happen. And then, the disappointments mount, and it's hard to be able to look at what's going to be positive in our love life when all we can focus on what's not working. So you're invited this month in February to work on that, to exercise that forgiving and learning muscle. It will serve you to do so. All right, so let's move into April. We have 4 of Cups. Things are getting a little bit better. And you're invited to let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Sometimes this card comes up when we're a little disenchanted with our partner or with our life or with our love life or just life in general. And we feel like we have to control everything. We have to control how things come about or how things unfold in the relationship, or we're wanting things to progress in a certain way or go a certain way. It's time for you to let go of control issues and let things, as the card suggests, unfold naturally. And it's time to, whenever you get this boredom card, I like to call it, where you're starting to get bored with the routine of life, or bored with your partner because maybe your partner is working too much and you want to control how they are behaving and how they are responding in their free time, or you want to control how things are going to unfold. It's not going to work that way. Let's take a look at the guidebook for that one. Let go of control issues. Okay. It says, by trying to control other people or external circumstances, you'll only frustrate yourself and slow down your answered prayer. There are plenty of times in life that call for you to take charge, but this isn't one of them. Of course, it's fine to have your preferences, practice visualizations, and hold intentions. Definitely ask the angels for your desires. This card is a reminder, however, that your prayer may be answered differently from what you had in mind. Be open to all possibilities and trust in God's infinite wisdom and compassionate love. Control issues are based upon fears that others, including God, won't live up to your expectations. This is also called outlining, where you hand the universe a script of how you want it and everyone to behave. And then, of course, disappointment sets in when things aren't unfolding the way you think it should, or people are not falling in line the way you hope they would. That's what ends up happening. And then you start feeling disenchanted, like it's just not working out. But in fact, it's because you were trying to control the situation. I like this. It says, outlining can cause you to overlook an even more beautiful way in which your prayers may be answered. So please call upon the romance angels to elevate your levels of trust so that you can enjoy the creative avenues by which true love comes to you. And just kind of go with the flow. Work on that this year, of going with the flow. Relax, relax, relax. I can feel the knot in your belly, and we just relax. We just breathe it out. And we trust. I can't wait to see what the guidebook on this one says, but we trust that everything is going to work out, and that we have to just trust also in our partners if we're in a relationship and we're trying to control things. And if we're trying to control the outcomes of our dating life as a single person, again, sometimes you just have to surrender and just show up and be the best you can be when you show up. But after that, just surrender and let go, and don't worry about how everything unfolds. There's the universe is there for that part. All right, let's move on. I can go on and on about that, but we're moving on. Let's go into April. So April has us with 7 of Swords and healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And it's saying, once and for all, it's time, Aquarians, to really confront some issues where you feel like maybe there's some transgressions against your heart, or maybe there's some wounds that finally need to be dealt with and healed in April. Maybe it's even family wounds in your current family, the family you created. Or maybe it's healing family wounds and issues from, your family of origin, the people you grew up with, your parents. And with the 7 of Swords, I just get a sense that some people feel like their childhood was taken away, or that they felt like they had to grow up too soon, or that they felt like their parents didn't understand them, or that there was a lack of, just a give and take in an adult-child relationship. And it just feels like a take situation. Well, in April, things are finally going to come about where things can be healed in this situation, whatever the situation is, whether it's between you and your partner and your family unit, or whether it's between you and your parents, or you and siblings, or what have you. But there's healing to be had. So that helps in so many different areas, including your love life. Because when that is healed, that helps you feel safer in this world to love and be loved. So it's vital and important that you work on healing family issues, because it is the foundation for building love upon. If you try to build love upon a shaky foundation of fear, lack of trust, lack of connection, lack of being able to be vulnerable, you run the risk of constantly going in and out of relationships when this isn't healed. So spend some time in April working on that. And we can always do a shadow reading if you want, where we go take a look more into those shadow instances and work through that and noodle through that so you can heal it again once and for all. And let's actually look at the guidebook on that. I have a feeling on your reading, this one's going to go a little long, so I hope you have your beverage. I'm taking a sip of mine. Mm. Okay. All right, so it says, the answers to your prayers about your love life are based on your feelings about your mother and father. The romance angels see that you benefit from releasing old anger toward one or both of them. That's because your feelings about your parents influence your choice of romantic partner and the way in which you deal with relationships. You can ask the angels to help you put forgiveness into action. To forgive someone doesn't mean that you're endorsing his or her behavior. The angels will tell you, rather, that doing so is a form of deep emotional detoxification. It means I'm no longer willing to carry toxic energy within my mind and body. When you find inner peace with your parents, you'll no longer need to attract unhealthy relationship patterns and partners as a way of healing family emotional wounds. All of your relationships, especially the ones you have with yourself, will benefit, whether you're in a relationship or not. Spirit feels like it's strong enough that you need to honor it and spend a good month of April working on that. All right, May. Ace of Swords, lovely. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So some of you have been listening to me, or listening to, your favorite guru, or listening to your favorite spiritual advisor who says, hey, you want your soulmate to come in? You're going to have to call in your soulmate, but not just call in your soulmate, but really affirm it and believe it. And surrender to, and don't worry about the outcome, and just know it's going to happen, and it will. And it's this new clarity of thought, this new beginning in clarity of thoughts and new ideas and new hunches about what to do. This energy in May is what calls in your soulmate. It is what helps draw in your soulmate, and you are in a place of allowing and receiving your soulmate to come in, and this is also whether you're in a relationship or not. You have a new way of thinking about it again, or a renewed way of thinking. Many of my Aquarian friends and peeps, they're forward thinkers, so they already get the law of attraction deal. They already understand that. But sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get a little off our path. So even if we're in a relationship, sometimes we forget that we have to visualize our soulmate connection deepening and growing. We have to pray for that. We have to affirm that. We have to put it on a vision board. We have to spend some time meditating, visualizing it, doing actions that represent what it is that we're trying to have, which is a soulmate. So we come back to that knowing. And it's powerful because why? It calls in your soulmate for the month of May. Let's look at that card. Okay. This card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It also means working on yourself so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, develop this within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate. And you get that. You get that at your core, and you go ahead and you just start to enact that in your life. And it's powerful. And what? It starts to bring in dates. You're going to start getting phone calls. You're going to start having new beginnings in your love life as a result of this mind shift. In June, we have separation. It says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. 8 of Wands. Maybe your partner has to travel for business. Some of your partners having to maybe go to a funeral, go away for a moment. Maybe you have to leave and go away on business, or go away for deployment, or go have to visit family, or go take care of some family far away. Some of you may get news that maybe some not so pleasant news that causes, like if you just started dating someone and you're dating them and you're not quite sure, like you can't put your finger on it, but You feel like they may have been holding back something, and then you get some fast moving energy, maybe an email or some sort of social media post or something, and you find out that your partner has to go away for a while, go to jail. Could be something like that. It's normally with the Eight of Wands, it tends to be more of a not necessarily negative connotation, but it very well could. And this is about, changes happening, swift decisions having to be made as well, as a result of separations going on. I don't get a strong sense it's a bad cause for separation. For those who are not in a relationship, this is just, again, swift. You're starting to separate from those old ideals that are no longer serving you. And fast-moving energies are happening, for better or for worse. Dates offers are happening. People are starting to really resonate in trying to date you, and you having to be discerning and maybe cut off relationships right off at the pass when they're not really panning out. All right, let's move into July. We have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I love the Queen of Pentacles and I love that it's with the worth waiting for card. So, if you're in a relationship and you've been in this relationship for a while and you're not quite sure if it's going anywhere, these cards are affirmation that this is going somewhere and that you should continue on towing the course and doing it and nurturing this relationship, because it is a worthwhile cause. This relationship has the possibility to blossom and be a soulmate connection for you. So this love affair between you and your partner feels generous between the two of you. It feels authentic. It took a while to get to this point, so why throw it away? For those of you who are not in a relationship, who are single, this again is confirming your love life is worth waiting for. You may not be in a relationship right now, but you're doing the work. It's coming together, and it will come together. You just have to trust and believe. And it's just also, it's just being aware that you have to be the vessel to receive the love that you're trying to receive. So you have to get that vessel ready. Yes, you could be a cracked pot and have all the water run through you and there's nothing left. Or you could go ahead and start to try to do the work to fix those cracks, to, do what you need to do to heal those cracks. So you can hold in love and be ready to receive love wholly, not in bits and pieces. So, yeah, and if you're in a long-term committed relationship, again, this is you two are in it for the long haul. This relationship is worth it for the long haul. All right, let's move into August. We have past life relationships. You have known each other before. Interesting. And then we have Three of Wands, setting out on that journey, exploring all aspects of your love life, including maybe past life aspects, including even if you're not in relationships now, maybe it would be helpful for you to have maybe whether they call it a past life regression session, if you will, with someone. I personally don't do those, but I'm sure there's folks out there who do, and it may be a worthwhile exploration for you. It's now a time, if you're in a relationship, of exploring one another. You feel like you have this past life soulmate connection with your partner. And you're now like getting to know each other all over again. And that's nice. You need to keep that energy up. It's suggested to keep that energy up. Not that you need to, but suggest it. And the Three of Wands, which Wands is about passion, fury, and the fiery passions of your heart. it says that you will do that. It says past life. We're just going to take a quick look at the excerpts here. Okay, so here we go. It says, the romance angels sent you this card to explain the relationship you've inquired about. You have some unfinished business in conjunction with a soulmate from a past lifetime. This may involve forgiving someone, a joint project, or learning personal lessons such as patience. Soulmates recognize each other instantly, and this feeling is often registered as a sense of romantic or sexual chemistry. The magnetism that draws two people together can surpass logic because the purpose of the relationship is healing and learning. Whether or not your soulmate becomes your life partner, you'll experience personal and spiritual lessons and growth as a result. Past life regressions can also help you uncover the answers you seek. And so in August, some of you are actually stumble upon the opportunity to do that. Or maybe you come back to this reading in August and you're like, I'm going to check that out and see if there's something there for me to explore. Some of you this is more about deepening the relationship that you have with your current partner or with a new partner. And there's more exploration happening and needed. All right, let's go into September. We have the Queen of Cups, and very soon. It says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And look at her looking at the crystal ball, this lovely Queen of Cups. She's looking at, she's gazing into, it looks like her crystal ball, but I'm not sure if she's looking in her crystal ball. She could be looking across the table. But it's about listening to your intuition. It's about letting the messages that are coming to you in September move you to where you need to go next. And about filling your heart with empathy, listening to your instincts, reflecting, and very soon making a decision about a potential partner. And really going within and deciding for yourself. Yeah, you could ask your friends. Yeah, you can consult this person or that. Yeah, you could get a reading. But at the end of the day, what is it that your intuition tells you? And that is the direction you should go. Some of you who are in an actual relationship, very soon you need to make a decision again. Something going on in your relationship, and you need to listen to your intuition with that decision and go with it. And you will make the right decision, and it will be good. It says here, very soon. This card asks you, what do you want? And demands very clear and specific answers. Just like putting in your order at a restaurant, the universe has been listening to your thoughts and feelings about your love life and has brought you what you asked for. When you complain about what's served to you, it's only because you placed an unclear order. So with the Queen of Cups, she's about getting very clear. She's about, clear direction, clear receiving of what she put out there. And so this tells me that with it being the Queen, that you attain that and you get it and you make that decision. And there are benefits that come with it, that come with receiving, the good that comes after making that much long-awaited decision. As soon as you are perfectly straightforward about what it is you desire, it comes to you upon the wings of angels in an instant. You drew this card because it's time for you to get clear and honest with yourself and formulate your request with faith and optimism. Trust your feelings and make decisions for yourself about what's best for you. Very soon. It's very important to get clear. I was mentioning this in the Capricorn reading that, when I was dating before I met my husband, I wasn't so clear until right before I met him. I was like kind of giving the universe mixed signals. I was telling myself and telling people and basically trying to tell the universe, but the universe wasn't having it because the universe already knows, really. But I was saying, oh, I just want to date, I want to play the field, I'm not really trying to get serious. Well, it's because I had been burnt a few times before, and I didn't want to, you know, really allow that vulnerability and to say, you know, actually I want a committed relationship, I want to be married, I want to be in love. And then once I admitted that to myself and got very clear, then love came in almost immediately. So it's important to get clear and be concise and go ahead and reflect as you need, but let it come authentically from yourself, so it's unwavering when you finally make your decision on how you wish to proceed, and everything will flow from that. All right, let's move into October. We have 8 of Pentacles and wedding. This situation involves marriage. Many of you have been putting in the work, and now a wedding is at hand, an engagement has happened, and now a wedding is at hand. So this card finds, for some Aquarians, you busily putting on a wedding, and it's an exciting time of flurried work and trying to get it done and get it perfect. But for some of you, this is about, you know, your relationship elevating after putting in quite a bit of work, maybe a year or more plus of work in a relationship. And so now you're finally starting to see the progression and see the growth in the relationship and the deepening of the commitment to one another. For those who are single, this could just mean that you are, again, doing some more internal work, doing some going deeper within and looking at how your parents' marriage influenced, or lack thereof. Maybe your parents didn't get married. How did that influence your dating life? And how can you, you know, have it positively impact your work in your life? Like, for example, if your parents were divorced, you know, what jewels of information could you take from that? Well, you know that from that, your parents weren't willing to just settle for any old thing and not be unhappy. So you realize, the partner I want to be with is someone that I know I could be with for a long time and really be happy, and really we feel solid together. That's how you look at it. You don't have to take the legacy of the divorce, of breaking up with the partners. You don't have to adopt that. Sure, we could adopt that. Or you could adopt the positive aspects of that divorce, which is your parents were fed up and said, I'm not going to take that anymore. But you don't even have to have that experience. You could totally bypass that experience and be like the couple. Should you choose, you could be like the couple who is married for 50 plus years. It's up to you. Interesting. So yeah, let's look at the wedding card. You drew this card because of an upcoming wedding, your own or someone else's. It comes to you because marriage plays a role in the answer to your question. For some people, this card could be a validation that you will get married and ask you to keep the faith and continue enjoying your life without worry about your future marital status. So continue plugging away at your life and not getting so caught up in all that worry over it. That is really good advice. For others, this card signals that you'll meet a significant other at an upcoming wedding or experience something there that will lead to new romance for you. It could also represent your parents' marriage and the way it affected your feelings and beliefs about relationships. In a few cases, this card asks you to look at your present and past marriages and review your feelings with the intention of healing your heart and your relationship. Perhaps it's time to enlist a marital counselor to help you both sort out how you feel. And sometimes this card can signal the end of a marriage, in which case the angels support everyone involved as you come to an understanding about the experience and renew your heart's willingness to love. All right, let's move into November. November, we have 2 of Pentacles. It's about, I always say, willingly wanting to juggle and getting, juggling love and life, and the reason being is because there's a new person in your life that you're having some serious connection and chemistry with. It says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. I love that, right? We have getting my little guide. So with the Two of Pentacles, it's about enjoying the fact that you have, maybe some of you have some choices to make between partners, and then ultimately choosing the one that you have the most chemistry with. Some of you, this is about, if you're in a relationship, a committed relationship already, it's about juggling your life and you know, really making sure you stoke the flame or stoke the fires between you and your partner to keep that chemistry up and going. It's important. You know, you got to balance the duties in your life, and that includes making a priority, making love a priority in your life. And again, it's a worthwhile endeavor to do so. So with chemistry, let's just take a quick look. Okay, and so in December, there could be someone, for those especially who are single or just kind of dating out there, that you have some serious chemistry with, so keep a lookout for that. You've received this card because you feel a strong dynamic pull toward another person. In other words, you share chemistry with him or her. This creates intense pleasurable sensations that draw you to each other. If this person is someone other than your partner in a committed relationship, then the chemistry is probably a source of both stress and escape. So this could also be for some of you with the Two of Pentacles, having to juggle these two partners, and you have to be careful with such things. You'll need to weigh the options and consequences carefully before or instead of leaving your current partner or embarking upon an affair. So in December, some of you will be confronted with having to make that decision of going forth with an affair or stoking the fires with your current partner. If, however, you are single and feel this pull toward another unattached person, then this card brings you a go-ahead green light of good news. Most likely, the chemistry is mutual and merits exploration. In some cases, this card may mean that a lack of chemistry is a cause for relationship issues and personal discontent. If there was chemistry initially, it may be restored by devoting effort to the relationship, like I mentioned before. Passion, sparks, and romance can be revived through playfulness, thoughtfulness, time together, and caring gestures. Call upon the romance angels to guide you as you make important decisions about channeling this chemistry. Super important, Aquarius. And if it's, again, your partner needs to feel that chemistry and connection. So if you're the one that's been putting in a lot of work in your businesses, side hustles, jobs, career, children, family, friends, outside interests, you need to come on back into the home and stoke the fires with your partner. And then finally, it looks like that's what happens in December of 2019. We have playfulness, like it was called, like what was called for in November. In December, it says playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So, and you do, Aquarians, and you do it well, whether you're single or whether you are in a relationship. You finally get it. You're having fun. You're even taking time off at work during this time of the year to spend more time with your partner or with your family, or just to bring more playfulness back into your life. You're getting jolly and happy. Many of you are going on a trip, or just not even a trip, maybe a staycation. You're going on a respite in December. And as a result of it, it's really helping you to get back into your playful nature. Some of you who are single maybe go on some sort of retreat or go on some sort of vacation where you're getting your zen on, you're getting back to your happy, playful place, and you meet someone there. While others, though, I really get a sense that you and your partner bond over playful energies because you realize in November how important it is for your relationship. Let's take a look at trust 32 to close out the reading. Here's an affirmation. It says, "It is the beginning, and I trust myself in all things." Trust yourself. Develop trust and joy will develop self-trust and joy will follow. You can rely on your own capabilities. Begin to plan carefully for the future. Okay. And so this card, in terms of this guidebook, is about self-trust. It's about self-trust that you will find love, that you will allow love in. It is about self-trust that if there's wounds that need to be healed, they will be healed. It is about self-trust and about trusting in your partner and in the universal flow to bring and continue to bring love. Trust is a big thing this year. If there's been a transgression against you in the past in your relationship, ask yourself, how can you get back to trust? And if there's something you need to ask of your partner to do that, then do it. Otherwise, let the relationship go so you can be in a relationship where trust is paramount and where you don't have to worry. Because that is the name of the game this year. Is self-trust and trusting in the universe, trusting that everything is unfolding as it should be, and giving your partner the space to succeed in bringing love to you. So giving them that opportunity. You can't do that without trusting them. So you have to allow trust in. All right, my loves. And trust that the universe is bringing love. Well, it's such a pleasure doing this reading for you per usual. Happy New Year, and I wish you a very blessed and abundant and loving 2019.